Hello. How are you? Really should have that a little bit lower. Yes, I did. That's a crazy dream, but I mean, not completely crazy. But yes, I did. I was talking to my mom about it, and she was all like, "Oh yeah," she's like, "Definitely." She's like, "I wouldn't put it past any of us." She's like, "'Cause we all have so many hormone problems." My mom, she has a lot of hormone issues, and she's actually just now getting treatment for cortisol levels and issues like that, and now she's been actually able to resolve a lot of issues she's had, including mood swings and other issues like that. So I wasn't surprised. I mean, I didn't really disagree with what you said. It's more like, you know what I was saying about the whole therapist thing, how that went, you know? So it's kind of like that, if you understand what I mean. It doesn't mean there's nothing wrong, it means it might not necessarily be handled. Okay. Yeah, I thought so. I told my sister too, and she was all like, "You would think they would know." I was like, yeah, they will. Oh, it'll click. Actually, I don't do any of those things, so I'm actually not interested in any of that. I'm not really. I mean, I do. Well, no. I don't. That's what I meant to say. I don't. So, and I have no interest in that either, so. I mean, did you drink and all that nonsense? Oh, wow. That really stinks. For me, I've always been kind of like paranoid of becoming addicted to things, so I guess. Yeah, no, I believe that. It opens your mind to a lot of influences. Got it. No, I don't know, I guess I've just always been paranoid about it. Like, it's not like I maybe never would do any of those things, but it's like... No. Not me. Not me. If anything, I am more likely to seek answers for things But also, I think the only reason I don't really worry about it now is only because it doesn't affect me right now. I'd probably still check into it, but it would be at a later time. And so it's just not something that is currently something I need to push about. If you understand. Yeah, no. I agree. Well, I was thinking about what you sent when it was talking about specifically at hold on, let me turn down my volume. At hormonal times, you know, like really high points of hormone issues and things like that. I had a lot of hormone issues from a very young age. I think partially because I was put into school so young, you know, I was 3. And so I was already being exposed to I was exposed to the milk with hormones in it. I had a lot of stuff going on like that, and then genetic predispositions, and then, you know, I started having issues at 9 or so. That's when things started really going all over the place, and that's about the time everything was pretty extreme. So, I was thinking, I was like, you know, this was all at pretty hormonal extremes in my life, and that was about when everything was about its worst, was then. And I saw it talking about women going through premenopausal symptoms and everything like that, because their hormones start throwing around. And I was like, you know, expecting it for that, and also expecting it through any emotional highs. Hello, Ew. How are you? How are you, Ew? But, you know, there was also a lot more going on in my life as well, stress-wise. You know, it was my brother at home. You know how brothers are. Oh, yay. Good, good. I'm good. Just got some laundry done, as you can see by the towels. And then, I did have an idea, but I don't know if I'm going to do that right now. I was thinking I might start with painting and then do it later. I saw towers and I was like, what are we talking about? Well, I'm not really in a rush today. I just kind of got an energy burst. I was drying my hair, so I was listening to music, and that usually makes me a little bit more energized. So if I seem like I'm in a rush, I'm not really. I'm going to be on here for a couple of hours. I just was kind of on a high, and then I was doing all the towels and stuff. But, the shrinky dink idea, well, do you remember what I was telling you about the pet watch? Where it's like, how do I explain it? Here, you know what? I'll just use this. So, this obviously would be enclosed. It would be a smaller circle, and it would have an opening and a closing, and it would have a watch band. I don't know how we'd make that, but... Yes. I couldn't tell you exactly. I'd have to look at it. But, I listen to everything. I I'll listen to older music, all the way back to 50s and 60s music. I'll listen to 80s. I'll listen to rock. I'll listen to rap. I'll listen to anything you can think of. I probably listen to, except for like polka. I don't really, well, I do have some polka, but I don't really listen to that very much. I used to listen to more classical, but I don't really that much anymore. But that's not what I was listening to. Let me think. I wish I could tell you the genres. It's a little bit complicated to explain them. Well, it's not a waste of time. I mean, if you were genuinely asking, it's not a waste of time. But yeah, no, exactly. We are not in a rush at all. So, you have any questions? You just want to talk? Totally good with that. There is no pressure one way or the other. That reminds me. Let me get some water real quick in a cup. So I shall be back. Well, you know, even my profile on my bio, I do digital art. I just don't do it as often as I used to because I don't have an iPad anymore, so I don't really like using the smaller screen. I will make designs on my phone. I make invitation designs. I've made a tattoo design for someone. Let me think. I do a lot of fashion designs on there normally, or cross-stitch designs. Oh. Not quite. That reminds me. Cardboard. And if you're wondering why I'm using cardboard instead of a palette, because I do have some, it's because when you're doing one-stroke painting, you have to have a flat surface to blend the colors on. So when you have the curves of the palette, it really doesn't work out well. So. Oh, no. Sorry. I mean my profile picture. That's a picture I drew digitally. That's what I mean. I'm sorry. I should have clarified. I thought I did. Let me see. I want a different green than that. So hold on. Yep, I know. It's kind of exciting. What do you think I should do once I meet affiliate? Like, maybe I should have a raffle of all 50 and, I don't know, make something for them? I don't know. It's okay. No worries. So you mean raffle those people? So So what I'm going to do here, this is not part of the one stroke. I'm just doing my own thing here with this real quick. I know where you don't want to be. I didn't say I could say, I just said I knew. Nothing. It's just a joke. Don't worry about it. You don't have to tell me. I just know. Oh, okay. Oh, okay. No, I've done a lot of research into similar topics myself, because I've also been pretty curious about some things. Like I'll have multiple people tell me, "Hey, have you checked yourself out for this?" No. It's like another thing that they're like, "Oh, I think you might have this." Well, last time I checked, I wasn't very tall and I did not have any wings. Last time I checked. Other than the ones Red Bull gave me. Even though I've never drank a single Red Bull in my life. Yeah, I don't know. I've never really been interested in them, and I've had one, I think, and it didn't taste very good to me, so I was just like, it's not worth it. Ooh. Well, after I had my gallbladder out, sodas did start bothering me. Because it was like I could start feeling like in my muscles and like other stuff like that, it was starting to really bother me and make me like tense up and stuff. So I think I used to, but I don't really anymore. I mean, I guess maybe I do and I might not know it. And I know that sounds kind of weird, but like, I think when you've become so adapted to something but you still get overstimulated by it and you don't realize it, or you might not realize you're hearing it. Because I used to a lot more and I was able to focus on it more, but now I can't. Well, right now I'm making a background, but this is going to be painting. This is one stroke flowers. If you've seen it, it's a fun art style to learn. It's very simple, very fun to do, especially if you struggle with like coming up with entire pictures and details and stuff. It's a great substitute for attractive art while still something kind of simple to do. So right now I'm just making a little bit of a background to kind of accent what I'm going to do. So right now I'm just making a little background because I'm lazy, so I'm just going to do it with my finger. Well, my parents, they'll tell me about how when I was younger, you know, I would go into like a store or something and the lights would be really horrible for me and for my cousin who also has autism among other issues. I think possibly schizophrenia, but I don't remember. But what was I thinking? That it used to bother me a lot more and it would be like I had full-on attacks from that. But honestly, I couldn't tell you now, to be honest. I couldn't really tell you what I hear or don't hear. Because I feel like, I don't know if I've just gotten used to it or what. Because I don't know if you can truly tune that out or, like, it doesn't exist at some point. Yeah, that's kind of my thing. I think it's becoming self-aware. I feel like a lot of people don't get to know themselves or their issues like they should. You know, they don't want answers as to why. They'll just be like, I have this, and so I'm miserable. And they don't want to fix their problems, so then... I'm not saying everyone's like that, but I'm saying there are people like that. Okay, I think I'm going to work with that for now. So I'm just going to put some water on my finger and wipe that off. I should probably get a round sponge for that, but I just am lazy, so I didn't. So we're going to get with a beige and a dark brown. Poop brown, preferably. The poopiest brown you can think of. Exactly. So for the branch, that's what I'm about to do. I'm going to go in with this small flat brush. This is preferably the kind of brush you will always use on one-stroke flowers or whatever you're doing, because it's just the best brush. And it's the one most typically used on peonies, cabbage roses, things like that. So if you can see what I'm doing, I'm just going back and forth and blending that, making a nice gradient. So we're just gonna... There you go, there's one branch. Yeah, I think that's a lot of the problem, is people just make it all like as if they make you feel like you can't have something wrong with you because it is something wrong with you. Not that it's... Turns out really you're like everybody else. Everybody's got problems. It's just that everyone wants you to pretend like they're not there. And so it's like when you're actually trying to find answers and understand yourself, some people will just make you feel like you're wrong for it. No, not at all. Don't worry. Mm-hmm. So if you see here, I'm kind of not using that other side, but, you know, I'm cheating a little bit, but like... Sometimes I'll use one angle more than the other, so don't get too nervous about it. It's just for fun. You know, you want different shapes and curves on this. Well, I mean, especially if you have other issues as it is, grieving is just going to be a whole entirely unique process for you. Because you're dealing with so many other... What's the word? Circumstances. Mentally, emotionally. You're just a whole other person. You're not the average. You're not normal. Not for in a rude way. I just mean, you know, your circumstances aren't going to be the average person. Mm-hmm. I think that is sad, though. Like, some people who really genuinely aren't comfortable being around you when you're suffering. Ooh. Okay, then. Well, that's nice. It's not nice, but I'm just saying. Sarcastically. That's pretty sad. Like, don't get me wrong. I know all of us are a little bit like, we all handle stress differently. And some people are like, okay, I can't do this. And then they come back and then they're like, okay, I can be here for you now. I just couldn't in the moment. That's a little bit different, you know. I think some people, you know, they have a hard time being attached to someone through a stressful situation because it triggers something in them that makes them feel like something is endangering them. Then you're dealing with a whole entirely different situation there. But it's like actually not wanting to be around somebody while they're genuinely suffering and need you, and not coming back or feeling enough, even just shame. It's just sad. Yeah, exactly. So I'm going to use the same brush again. Just gonna... And if you just feel like you put a slightly generous amount on there, just flatten the brush as much as you can. Just smush it. It'll look like a big fishtail. But it's okay if it's a little more on the generous side. Sometimes it comes out prettier that way, so... I wonder if I should have put the highlight on the outside. Oh my gosh. Don't you just love people? Don't you just love them? People are lame. There we go. That's much prettier. Highlight on the outside looks way better. So we'll just do that instead. Just gonna cover you all up, pretend you weren't there. Yeah, no, I get what you mean. Do you have a bushes, or is it just another Texas thing? Okay, so there's a place called Bushes, and I haven't been there in a long time, like years long time, even though I have one near me. We just never went because, you know, we had a lot of other stuff going on health-wise, and our diet started changing, and we eat more at home because, you know, money. So I took out a bit of my savings money, and I was like, I had a coupon that I found. So I went and got me and my sister some chicken, mac and cheese, okra, and 2 sweet teas. That's too bad. You're missing out. Yeah, that's what me and my mom were just talking about, was how y'all probably have better stuff than us, but still y'all miss out on a lot of our good stuff. It's a conspiracy. I don't like okra. Only my sister does. Because she's a weirdo. Why did they both come out exactly the same kind of squirt? So dumb. So, as you can see, I'm going in with a rounder brush. It's going to be a rounded in brush, so. And it looks a little hairy, but it's not really. Well, when you've lived somewhere your whole life, it's not cool to you. You know, I'm sure you feel the same way about wherever you are. And I'm sure if we were there, we'd think it was super cool. So, that's true. Exactly. I know what you're talking about. Oh, crap. I just did that. Ow! Hit my elbow. Yeah, I know. I feel like that came out really incomplete. There we go. Yeah, I know. One time I went to this estate sale. I guess someone died, which really stinks for them, but they had like the most beautiful antique furniture. And they had this nice desk that was this really beautiful dark wood desk. And it could extend on the sides till it was about like 8 feet long, and it was really cool. It was a really cool desk. It was like 4 feet on its own, but then when you extend it, it was like 2 feet of extra cabinets on the sides of them. It was really neat. And they were selling it for like $50 or something, and I wanted it so bad. Yeah, exactly. Exactly. If you ever feel like your flowers are getting a little bit patchy, just add a little dab of water. Try not to dry it off very much unless it's like soaking, obviously, but like if you can keep it on as much as you can, it'll help your flowers come out way smooth, like butter. So that's what everyone says happened with their teachers, and my teachers were never like that to me about being left-handed. So I don't know what kind of people you got, but the same thing happened to my brother. He was also left-handed, and they didn't like him being left-handed either, but like all of my teachers were nice. Mostly. Makes sense to me. Well, there's two different kinds of tango. Tango figuratively can mean like be involved with or like deal with, but also literally it means like dancing. Like, for example, let's say that like you and your siblings argue a lot. So you're like, we tango often, we go at it often, we deal with each other very often. But then it's like, literally, you'd be like, I tango with this person, or like, we dance the tango. That's a literal dance. I've had tang. I don't like it. Sorry. Stuff's nasty. To me. Don't come at me. But, oh my gosh. About to drop that whole palette on the floor. Did not need that to happen. There we go. A petal. Oh my gosh, my brush is too dry. Now it's too wet. Oh, give me a break. Give me a break. Yeah, that would help, wouldn't it? Okay, that looks better. Whew. About to be like, nope, not today. Not the one day I'm painting do I need it to mess up on me. I think something I really hated when I was doing a lot more digital art, because like I don't think you've heard but I used to make a lot of superheroes and comics, and I would do it all digitally. So I had a lot of character designs and things like that. But when I started trying to go back to actual drawing, I really, really struggled because I kept thinking the backspace was there. And every time I would touch the paper trying to backspace what I drew, and I had to realize it wasn't there. That was very irritating. Mm-hmm. Do you mean onto my new device? No. Because it died. That was the thing. I was going to plug it in, and it was already dead. So I lost everything. There was no way to charge it back. Yeah. We were taking it to go get fixed, and then the person was like, sorry, this is beyond repair. So that really stank. No, we did have backups in iCloud. I couldn't access it because it had died. So I couldn't access all of it except for the emails. That's what it was. Okay, so the app itself, it's Ibis Paint. And for some reason, I don't think I backed up my art until I broke the iPad. So it wasn't able to save any of that. It saved that I had the app. It saved all of my other information, but it didn't save the actual art itself because I didn't back up the art files. So that was my fault. And yes, it did become beyond repair. So let me explain what happened. I was going to bed and I was plugging up my iPad, and I reach over to grab it because I realized I needed to check something, and it fell off the shelf, and the cord inside it, because it was plugged in, it basically broke inside it. And so while that seemed like an easy issue to fix, once we started pulling the iPad apart and seeing what was up with it, it bent the charger piece, the access. And so that was ruined permanently. Well, I have a lot more space on this, but like, it wasn't a problem. That wasn't the problem, space at all. It was just, I didn't back it up. Because I was dumb. I thought I'd have that thing forever or something, I guess. I didn't live in reality. That really needs a refresh. Ugh. There we go. Fluffy white petals. Ooh, I was so mad. The other day, I mean, obviously y'all don't have this, but I went to a Texas thrift, and the donation station, someone had just dropped some stuff off, and they had this beautiful white archway. I could have put it in my room, I'll be honest. I could have put it in my room or somewhere, but it was a little white archway with shelves on it, and it had these beautiful little pink flowers on it and garlands on it, and I was like, ooh, we should take that before they take it to the back. But we didn't. But yes, it broke because of the charger. This is not my iPad. I am borrowing it all the time. If you understand. Ooh, hello, Esteban. Well, I mean, an iPad is like a 2K camera. Well, I mean, we have a minivan. So, you know, it was just me and, it was me, my mom, and my sister. So we could have just laid down the seats and, you know, stuffed my sister somewhere. And, you know, we could have gotten it. Yeah, I thought so. I was like, because I know it's yummy. I know it's good. I know it's like multiple. It's so complicated because you never know. That's what you do. That's what you do. That's going to be something really common in Texas. People stuffed places in your car. And I don't mean that in like a mean way or like a racist way. That's just what we do. Yeah. Oh, I gotcha. That doesn't sound horrible. I mean, I guess depending on how long you're in there, that would be what bothered me. Because I don't really mind enclosed spaces, but I mind being in there for a really long time. And thank you, Esteban. I totally forgot your compliment. Well, like being put in enclosed spaces like myself, by myself, and like I do it myself, I'm fine with that. But like I remember when like we would fight, me and my siblings, they would put me in a cardboard box and they'd hold on to it so I couldn't get out. And I remember that would just make me cry and panic so bad because I just hated it so much. Because I couldn't escape and it really bothered me. Well, I mean, it was either cardboard boxes or it was clear bins. You know, the ones you have it for in storage in your garage and stuff. Those ones were not as fun either because there were no holes. But yeah, that was fun. Well, because you were the oldest. That almost never is going to happen to the oldest one. I don't mean that against you, but, like, it's normally never going to happen to the oldest one. If anything, that's more like the older sibling's job is to stuff the other siblings into stuff. So, bear in mind your responsibilities. Well, that's a little bit... Well, my siblings did that too. So I don't know. I guess if your siblings won't do it, the parents will. Like my sister always says, character building. Yeah, exactly. It'll be good for you. Well, now I go in the bathroom and intentionally turn off the lights. Not all of them, but like I like dim rooms now, so I guess that's what I got from that. Like, I like natural daylight, but if it's like bright lights, I'm like, no. Ah. I feel bad because y'all really can't see the sparkle on the camera, and I really hate that because it's really pretty in person. But it's really ugly on camera. But y'all see the flowers themselves a lot better than it shows here. I know, but it's like, I don't know about you, I'm a glitter person. So I like seeing all the glitter and the little sparkles in it. So it's like you can't see that as well as you can in person. But I think I'm gonna... Cherry blossoms, I think. I mean, even if they're not exact, they are supposed to be. I'll just call them my interpretation of cherry blossoms, because... Excuse my uneven cutting. I just want it to be more focused on the picture, so. Really? Thought everybody knew cherry blossoms. Again, where I am, Sanrio, there's like a huge obsession with Japan here. But then people come to Texas and they come here wearing cowboy hats and bootcut jeans, and they're all like howdy to everybody. So, I mean, I guess it goes both ways. Yeah, we are a lot. Pretty much everyone you meet will be obsessed with Japan somehow. Whether it's the food or the culture or kawaii, they just will be. Okay, not older. Well, actually, no. I do know an older man who he has like actual, the actual traditional shoes, and I think he said he had a kimono and everything. And he traveled there when he was younger, because he was like an actual nuclear scientist and stuff. But like, anyways. It really depends here, because to be honest, you're more likely to find visitors wearing stuff like the cowboy hats and the boots. We'll wear them, but not nearly as often as people might think. Like, actually, if anything, I feel like streetwear has really been adopted here, especially lately. Actually, no, King of the Hill is kind of a little bit accurate. We just don't all talk that way. It's more like the transatlantic accent and slightly higher vocabulary, but like still, that's about how we are. We're pretty weird. We're pretty goofy. Not exactly like Japanese streetwear. I do know some people who definitely, a lot of the younger, like about 14 to 16-year-olds will really be into that. But otherwise, I think it depends. Because, you can go to a party and they'll have like a Western theme, and like, we'll have a lot of Western themed parties. But we don't necessarily dress that way on average, unless you're part of the older generation or you're in a small town where that's a lot more common. Like if you do farming or anything still, because some people still do. It is, yeah, I'd say it is. But even then, we don't go to half the things we're invited to. Maybe even a third of the things we're invited to, so I mean, yeah. Tradition. The reason I chose this color paper was because I actually made a picture. It was a picture I got from Dollar Tree. And I made it exactly like this. I did the cherry blossoms, I did gold, and I did about these exact same colors, and I did the little green background on it, and it came out really pretty, and I sold it pretty fast. So I was like, oh, maybe I'll try that design again, because it was fun. Yes, that was Fiddler on the Roof. I was gonna see if you were gonna catch that. I'm like, I don't know, it's a little risky. You know a good movie? Brigadoon. Brigadoon's a good movie. It's a cute movie. Matchmaker, matchmaker, make me a match. Find me a find. Match me a match. Yes. Yeah. What was I thinking? No. Sorry, I didn't mean to like yell into that, but like, no. I haven't watched any of it, but I saw it and I was just like, nah, not for me. Thank you. I mean, I don't really watch any shows. I don't watch any shows unless they're put on, so nothing personal. Yeah. What should I make next? Oh, of course. That's about what happens with good stuff. Unless it's like older and then it survived, but still like. Gallivant, why does that sound familiar? I need to do something else, but I don't know what. Oh. Well, I don't have any axes handy, so we're gonna have to come up with something else. No, I do not. You know what? You might be right, you. You might be right. I guess I have no choice but to start working on the watch. So, let me see if I can find something 3 inches around. So, for a circle. It's almost 3.5. I think I'm gonna have to use this cup. Here, I'll be right back. Be right back. So, uh-oh. Let me clean up my area. Where did I put the pencil sharpener? Pencil sharpener, where did you go? Come back to me. Come back. Maybe I put it in here. Ugh. Wait. No, I don't have it over there. Why can't I find you? I always have you accessible. But not today. Today is not the day. I'm afraid I'm gonna have to go pull out another one. Ay, ay, ay. You don't have a garage? What is the average house like where you are? ball. A circular object. Oh. Interesting. Interesting. Ooh, we might have the perfect piece for that. I have to see how long it is, though. It has to be 10 inches. So. Ooh, it's 10 inches. Yay! Oh, thank the Lord for that. Hola, Rojas. I hope that's saying it right. I think it's a dialect, but it's not exactly Spanish. It doesn't look like. Hello. How are you? Oh my gosh. I made that really sideways. So let's try and fix that. Line up to that. I'm doing good. I'm making these, what you're looking at right here is something called shrink film or shrinky dinks. And I'm gonna be making something called a pet watch. It's, if you know what a Tamagotchi is, it's a similar concept but different. And I should probably make a sketch of what it's like, because I've made them before. I made one once and I gave it to someone as a gift. But like, let me get a piece of paper and I can explain it a little bit better. That's going to be our base for that. So, yes. No, let me go back to this one right here. So, well, it's kind of what we're all here for, is to learn. But let's draw a hand here. So, just to get what it will look like once it's more of the finished product, it is going to look like that. It's going to be a hollow box, and it'll have an opening like that. It'll have a flip top, and we're going to have to figure out what we're going to do for the wristband. But on the inside, let's just make a little circle here. It'll be like a little character. Let's say a bunny character. So we'll make a little bunny character. So we'll have that inside. We'll have a little bed probably. So we'll just make 2 little pillows there and a bed. On the whole wall, we're gonna make a background that wraps around. So that way it's like kind of like a dollhouse, where it's like the wallpaper is all painted on and everything. So maybe some little furniture inside. Exactly. That's exactly what it is. Yeah, I saw it from this girl. I think her name is Tawny. And she does like YouTube videos, and she made one out of paper. And I really liked her idea. It's just that, you know, when it's actual paper, it's very frail, and it's not something you can actually wear or take with you anywhere without the risk of ruining it. So it's like, I don't know about you, I'd actually like to take something like that everywhere with me. So if I can make it a little more substantial, I'd prefer that. Thank you. But I need to make another circle because we need to have our flip top. So, okay. Let me see. So we're just gonna do that real quick. And we're gonna have to come up with some characters and what their color concept is gonna be. What their theme is gonna be. Well, of course it wouldn't be an everyday thing, but if you know little girls, like, you know, especially in my area, there's a lot of little girls who, you know, they're one of 2 ways. They either don't play with toys at all, or they're like wanting to, but it's like stuff they can't take anywhere because everything nowadays is so compact. or it's so large, like the big dolls and like all that stuff. I think that's why the Tamagotchi here is so popular, is because it's a really nice compact toy. But everyone has been complaining to me about it because I've asked them all about it. And they're like, yeah, I like the idea. They're like, but as soon as it turns off on accident, it resets all of your progress and makes you start at the beginning all over again, taking care of that animal that you're taking care of. So you lose all the levels you leveled up on, and you lose all of your progress, and you have to do it all over again. And it's like, all of that stress, honestly, is too much to me. Hello, puzzle-headed. So now we have, hopefully, 2 matching ones, mostly. Yeah. Mostly. If I can figure out where we're going overboard. Okay, so, well, let me get that little piece up there. Not sure. Might be at work today or something. So, ooh, I don't know. Where's the hole punch? Oh, there it is. So, I guess that is something we should consider before we actually officially make this. If we go back to the design page. So, I'm hoping, like I said, for an opening flap. So let's figure that out. Should it be maybe 2 holes and then a ring attaching it, so that way it's opening, and then the flap with holes as well to attach the ring to, and then open like that? Let me see if I can put it more into view. But, like, would that be a good design? And then maybe, I mean, would it be a terrible idea to, like, attach a clasp in the front? So that way it doesn't just open willy-nilly? Okay, so let me get my jewelry things. So, let's say 2 of these. Or actually, I have kind of a box right here. So you see how this box is, you know, it opens like that because of those things. You know, it's kind of like that, but yes, hinges. So it'll be like little hinges on attaching the lid to the actual roundabout part of the box. And then, you know, instead maybe adding a clasp or something to the front, so that way we can fully close it and then hold it down, so that way it doesn't open. A latch at the bottom What do you mean a latch at the bottom? You mean like the way it's doing this with the magnet? Because these are magnets in here. So it's not going to be at the bottom. It'll be at the top. Because I'll explain what each piece... Well, actually, I printed out a design. And I might have thrown it away. Did I? Did I? I might have. Well, I would have to get some really tiny magnets for that, so I'd have to buy that, but, I mean, that would honestly be a nicer look. But, so... this circle in the bottom, there's going to be... Let me explain what I'm doing with all this. A circle for the top, which is going to be the lid. A circle for the bottom. And then the roundabout. So that's going to be the... It's going to attach to this. So we're going to round that around and attach that and make the lid an open flap. It's going to shrink up, so it's not going to be that big and bulky. So... But that's what I was thinking we could work on next was the wallpaper. Whatever we're going to do for that. We have to figure out the character and what their theme is going to be. And that's where y'all come in, because I'm thoughtless right now. So if you have any ideas for a character, that would be really, really helpful. Both, actually. Because I thought we could go off of, actually... Woo! Caught it. Woo. I still need to lean it. Preferably a brand new character. But we can go off of these backgrounds here and make a little design all around to wrap around. Maybe not exactly all of these, but like the bathroom, the bedroom, and the living room. We can draw those on there. The loose McGoose. That would be kind of cute, though. A little goose. Can make a little kawaii goose. Let me get my pencils. And we can put a bow tie on him. He'll have a bow tie. Let's get gray, that, because he's going to have some blush. He's going to be a blushing goose. Maybe his color should be like yellows. I think the yellow would be fun for a goose. And then we'll get an orangish yellow out for the beak. And other colors. You can do orange, yellow. Okay. That's purple. We want more like that. Yeah. It's a little bit too pink. I thought that was more orange. Orange, yellow. So I have to sharpen all of these real quick so that way we have fresh pencils. You mean like Duck Duck Goose? Like what is Untitled Duck Goose Game? You have to explain it to me. does that sound like those old simulators that were really popular for a while? The goat simulator, the goose simulator. I think I heard of like multiple ones. The horse simulators, the wolf ones. There were like so many that were out at the time. This sounds fun. Okay, so let me make a little design for him real quick. So it'll be like... I feel like I'm drawing a duck instead of a goose, but who knows, maybe it'll work for what we're doing. It doesn't have to be absolutely correct. So let's just do that. And then we'll give him some professional bow tie. And then some socks. And some beautiful shoes. We'll fix that later, but that's fine. It won't be the official sketch on the shrinking. And then maybe some glasses. There we go. There you go. How does he look? A hat. A propeller hat. I have to remember how to draw those. Because I've drawn one once, but... Isn't he lovely? And then we'll make it a... Let me color him real quick so that way he's a little more put together. So we remember what to do, what not to do. It's not that your idea wasn't good. I'm just trying to remember how to draw one, and I'm like, I don't know, I can't remember how, and I can't pull it up either right now, so I'm kind of going off of what I have in the moment. And also, this is a practice one, so it's not like it's a definite forever design. We might change it, we might add to it. This is just a basic look we're making here. Just throwing something together. We gotta give him some blush. Just a little bit of blush. Because he's a cutie patootie. So, yellow. There we go. Oh, I know what you're talking about. Okay. So, just be aware I don't draw hats very often, so if it comes out a little bit funky. Okay. Okay. And we'll give it some stripes so we can put multiple colors on it. Okay, good? Awesome. Thank you, that helped. So we'll color that in. We'll add the yellow. Yellow. Oh, his bow tie. I totally forgot about his bow tie. Okay. How's he look? Good? All right. He's ready to fly away. Okay, so let me see. How tall is that compared to this? Oh, that's not good. We're gonna have to stunt his growth, but it'll be okay. Ooh, okay. That's not a terrible idea. Let me see. There you go. I don't think so. Okay, so we're gonna have to really figure that out. Maybe I'll make the shoes really like big or something. I don't know. We'll see. So let's get started. Or we can kind of shorten his body a little bit. Okay, so then we're going to move down to where the lower body would be. Then we're going to start adding that. His clunkers. Okay, so there we go. Basic sketch. Let me round out his belly a little bit. Oh, he's a little more soft, a little more curvy. mind that. Okay, let me write that down. I had to discern what you were saying. I'm like, what does that mean? Guess song. Okay, so let me start coloring him. Let me start with the white because that's going to be the most difficult. So we'll go to the gray top for that because that shows it the best. Thank you for helping me come up with stuff to put on him too. It really helps because I just blank sometimes on designs and I'm just like, I don't know what to do, and then it really helps when y'all just kind of throw things together for me. I can't add the tax man. I'm sorry. It's nothing personal. Oh, I forgot his blush. His beautiful blush. Because he's a beautiful man. Okay, I think we've got a design. There we go. now we've got to cut him out and hope we don't break him or lose him. I hope I made him short enough. Oh. Now we're not cutting off the hat. Let me see. Let me just... Maybe I can sand it off and make his feet closer to him. No, I'm keeping the propeller. I just have to sand it and try again to draw the feet, the clunkers. Okay, so it might even be better this way. There we go. Good? Think we saved him? There we go. Now he's just about even. At first I did not understand what you were saying about the legs, but then I got it. So what should his floor be like? I guess I could do like tiles. Yellow and white tiles or orange and white tiles. Don't know. I don't know about that. I don't know. I have kind of an idea. Since we're gonna have this wrapped around with like wallpaper on it, like basically wall designs, what if this was put into 4 different sections and we do 4 different floor designs for the like themes of the room? Or would that be too much? Okay, so let me get a ruler. Okay, so hopefully this is even in the middle. Nope, it is not in the middle. It's okay. I actually like that idea. I like that idea. Actually, no, we'll keep it uneven and make a pool, like, and then that's not a terrible idea at all. We will make the bathroom, and then we will make the bedroom. Or we can keep it connected and transition. No, we're gonna separate it. Okay, so it's gonna be ugly towel, but it's okay. We're not gonna take it too seriously. I wonder. I actually have kind of an idea. So, make a little pool that'll go in this. So, it'll be kind of slightly 3D from that. And then we'll add the water ripples. Get a blue. Okay. So... Okay, maybe we could add a little person. Hold on, though. I have to cut this out, and I need focus. Focus. Speed. I am speed. I eat losers for breakfast. Okay. So there we go. Now we have a little pool that we're going to put on top once it hardens. That's what it's supposed to. Okay, so I'm just going to add that for now. I feel like I'm doing that wrong. No, I'm not. Good. Or I am, and I just don't know it yet. I probably am. Wait, no, it looks like I'm doing it right. Right? Yeah, I am. Whew. Okay, so now we have one room, and we're gonna have a pool in it. Oh, yeah, we can make a little rug. Maybe it should say something like, stay out. Or it can be a goose. I don't know. Or a flipper. A flipper rug. That way we have a little bit of contrast in the room. There we go. Duck rug. There we go. And maybe we'll put the pool on top of it, so we'll kind of glue it over it. I don't know. Wow, they don't usually send it twice. Well, my only thing about that is, I mean, if like we have it there and it's like a little prop at the door, that's fine. But I was gonna say, if you like are talking about like actually as something they can put on, that's gonna be impossible. Because I have done that with another thing I have. I have little slippers for them, but they can't actually put them on. They're just there. Okay. Got it. So, what's the next room gonna look like? I think you were saying something about it earlier. Yes, so what should the floor be like? We gotta work on the floor, then we can make the furniture. Maybe we'll have a wood floor, then we can incorporate the brown we have here. So we'll just make a little wood floor real quick. Let me get a lighter brown so I can color that in. Did I just do all that purple? I might have, but it's okay. It'll be fine. There we go. That's a good color. Come back. Ah. You got paint on me. Okay, there we go. Whew. What's a tatami mat? Oh, that reminds me, I need to plug in my phone camera. I forgot about it. I'm sorry. Okay, so now we have a wood floor design. So you're gonna have to explain to me what it looks like. Is it like a woven rug? What does it look like? Okay. I mean, honestly, maybe the rug would go better in here. Maybe. I don't know. I need to cut around it a little more, though. It needs to be a little closer to it. Excuse me. Gotta know. Well, there doesn't have to be a lot of stuff on the floor. Because like I said, like you see here, how it's like the whole background is kind of what the furniture is. There doesn't have to be furniture. I do have a thought though. I can make a little table. So let me make that real quick. I can't make a sack chair out of something 2D. It's gonna be 2D, so I can't do that exactly. I mean, unless I draw it and I prop it against the background, or it is the background, then yes, I can add the sack chair. Yes, exactly. Oh, well then when you say it like that, yes, I could make a sack chair. Okay, so hold on. I can make 2 of them actually. So we can have 1. Well, might need to make it a little bit bigger. So we'll make 1 for that, and we're gonna there's 1, and we can make a yellow one. Or 2 yellow ones, I don't know. Maybe 2 yellow ones. And we'll just shade it with a bit of orange, that way it kind of coordinates. So there's 1. Yes, these are all top-down perspective. So there was one I saw too where they had a door on it that could open and close. It was the watch, and they had a little door that could open and close, and I'm like, ooh, I wonder if I should do that. Make a little door. No, not at all. Not at all. Or maybe, instead of this, we can make egg yolks chairs. I know that's a horrible thought in itself, but like, it would be. I feel like that would be a little bit mean, but then we're doing it. How about 1 normal one and 1 egg yolk one? So Okay. So I don't know if these are all gonna fit. So maybe the duck rug will have to go back in there or somewhere. And then I need to try and give it a little bigger trim. I need to try and meet the lines as much as possible. Okay. So there we go. 2 chairs for that room. A plant? Okay, what kind of plant? We need a spy. What if we made egg flowers? Okay. Now hold on though. I have kind of an idea. So we can sand both sides of this. Or actually no, we don't have to sand both sides. Well, no, we do. We do. But we can draw on the outside. We can do the house whatever color we're going to do it, and then we can do little flowers out here, the egg flowers, and the door. So we can figure out the door too real quick. So let me just sand this down real quick. And hello, Spy PS5. Whatever you want to be called, like, just let me know. Nice to meet you too. Just leave a good idea and then leave. It's crazy. Yes. It's not an attack, I'm just saying. Okay, so now we've got both sides sanded. I think I'm gonna have to go over that a little more actually, because that corner That line doesn't feel done. Okay. Sorry. That's why I try to get it over with as fast as possible. So, let me make a door cut area. I mean, are we agreed that there should be a door or no? Oh my gosh. Let me see. So it should probably be right in the middle, I think. Yeah, that'll work. So we'll have 1, 2. Here's the problem. I'm afraid we're gonna have to make Mr. Goose even smaller. Because I'm realizing with the size of the furniture and the size of the house, I got his size all wrong. So we're gonna have to make him small. Okay, so there we go. We have a little door now. Roderick. D-O-R-E? Yeah, I remember. Okay, so let me make 2 holes for that real quick, though. Should I make it that? Yeah, I'll make it this way, because there's more room over here. So 1. Then 2. There we go. So, well, that was dumb of me. Well, maybe it wasn't dumb of me, but maybe it was. It's gonna be a little uneven, but I don't know. Oh, okay. Well, welcome here. Yeah, I got you. No worries. I wasn't super serious. I feel kind of bad when some might come on and only talk for like a second, and then it's like, oh, well, you know, it's like they're like, I was just hanging out, but I don't want to bother y'all, and then they're like, they leave, and then you're like, well, you weren't a bother. We like to talk to new people. We like to meet new people, so. I feel like I'm gonna have to make a bigger door now. So, to get a scrap, we're gonna have to do this. So, okay. So that's gonna have to be. Ooh, we can make a goose doorknob as well. So, I guess they're gonna have to do that. Okay, so there we have that. We shall see how that goes. We'll try it. Ooh, my nose itches. Tickles. Okay. Oh yeah, it's almost 2 a.m. here too. Oh, gotcha. Okay. Your alert idea. Oh my gosh. I'll have to look back all the way. So. Oh. Got it. Yes, I agree. Let me write that down real quick. Do you know how I can do those? Alerts. For follow. So, now we can make the egg flowers. So, let me see. I'll put one here at the door. And then one here at this side. Everything's going to be a little bit ugly, but that's the point. We want it to be a little weird. Oh, okay. Okay, got it. Wait, yeah. Oopsies. Whew. Okay, so now we have the egg yolk flowers. All right, good night. I agree, though, we do need the windows. Or I guess they're gonna have to be like that. Okay. I don't think so. Have a good night. It was nice to meet you. Okay, so let me see. Just gonna make a little. There. The door handle. Cut through the inserts of what? I'm a little lost. Oh, well, if I did that, it would have to be really precise, and I can't do that with that small and with the lines in it. But actually, that's a really great idea for next time. We could do maybe, do you know shutter doors or windows? We could have shutter windows and then they can open and close, and that would be really cute. My gosh. I'll put it somewhere. Okay, so we have that. Okay, so now we have the door. Oh my gosh. Hey, we do have a Staples, just by the way. We're not completely uncivilized. Alright, we're gonna have to shrink him smaller than this, so I have to get another piece and start drawing him again. Okay, so we're gonna have to make him like half this size. He's gonna have to be like about this big. So actually, let me draw a preemptive sketch just because I want to be safe. I don't want to mess this up. Okay, there we go. Junior, junior. My gosh. Okay, so let me see. That's about the size of it. Yeah, that's a pretty good size. Okay, good. Now that's off my plate, my platter. And now we need to figure out the rest of the floor. Oh, I think I might know what to do. My gosh. I can't leave y'all alone for 2 seconds. can make a duck flipper too. I think we've made pretty good progress on this for today. And I think I'm going to be done with this for today. I need a break from it. You just move this down. Then switch to a new team. Delete, delete, save, delete, 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 enter, and boom. And make sure all that's up where it's supposed to be. Okay. Really? My gosh. My goodness. Oh my god. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. Oh my god. Oh. Here, I'll be right back. Let me get a roller real quick, actually. Who's leaving? I've been trying to keep up. Everything's been moving so fast. I'm just like... Alright. Good night, Insensado. my gosh. Y'all all got it going on. Ah. 5 seconds or like 5 minutes? Like, what kind of 5 are we talking about here? I'm here. Well, it's pretty inconvenient because it's only one of them. So, you know, when I step, it's like I have to take one step forward like that, and then the other one just kind of stubbles behind, if you understand. And if you haven't noticed, I get sunburnt. So I have the worst tan line on one leg. It's a difficult life to live. On that leg, I'll have SPF 100. On the rest of me, I'll have SPF 50. Exactly. No one knows what it's like to be me every day. It is. It's too big of a risk. It's a risk I'm not willing to take. Well, you gotta do what you gotta do. I feel like my life is more valuable than that. Absolutely. We do. I don't even know what to say. Other than I'm tired. There you go, I got it. I charge you with causing drowsiness. The sentence, as your punishment, is death. I'm sorry, I don't know what to say. I'm not like y'all. I'm not quick like that. Really? Telling me what to do now, are we? I don't know what to charge on top of death, but double that for you. Oh, wait. I'm talking to the wrong person. Exactly. What? I don't even know what Tumblr is exactly. So. I was gonna say I don't have Tumblr and I don't really know what it is, so. Oh. My gosh. Coffee doesn't really help me stay awake. And also I don't drink coffee. So. Allowed? That's not true. I am allowed coffee. I do drink tea, yes. No, it's not. My manager is not the boss of me. Well, I guess that depends on if you'd like to be one as well. You'll be paid in my presence. Oh. Oh. That sounds about right. Mm-hmm. I don't know. I'm honestly at a no thinking point right now, so maybe nothing too deep right now or new to think about. Yeah, I didn't tell you what happened after I got off the stream last night. I guess I fell asleep right in the chair with my makeup on still and my hair not washed and in the same clothes. So I woke up at about 8 with everything still on me, and so I had to get up and no teeth brushed. What? No. Don't start making stuff up now. No. I just felt kind of bad. Wow. Oh my gosh. Mm-hmm. Oh, I don't think so. My gosh. Wow. Well, I like to get, first we get a nice fresh basket of rolls with extra honey butter, and then we get a house salad with the shrimp and steak plate, and then, yes, with ranch, extra egg, no croutons, and then we get 2 sides of green beans. You missed the shrimp and steak plate. No, we want to get one of the mocktails they just made, that they just got out there. The blue coconut one thing. Mocktails. Yes, there you go. Yes, that's everything. We don't get dessert because we're miserably full by the end of it. They don't have pie there. You'd have to go to Bill Miller's for that. If you go to Bill Miller's, then get a lemon meringue pie. Those are good. It's nothing personal. It's just against you. It does not smell like barbecue sauce. Texas Roadhouse used to smell like peanuts because they'd have peanuts that you could open from a barrel. But then COVID happened. It was a pretty big barrel. It was like 3 or 4 feet tall. Yes, it was a pretty good barrel. Peanuts, not permits. And I've got you in my sights. It's nighttime camo. No. Almost never will you ever see that. Even in rodeos, we don't really have that. Now that we do spend a lot on leather. Leather bags, leather jackets, leather boots. Maybe like at the lowest 30s, right? We will get chopped wood for a fire, but I don't know. No, for winter. I mean, for barbecues, for winter, for camping. Depends on what. I didn't say names. Oh my gosh. If we could get off in like 3 minutes, we could. Oh, I can't think. 3-minute warning. Appreciate it. I appreciate it. I think a small day. Maybe like 200. What are you saying? A big Texas number for a small Texan mind? I'm not sure what to take from that. I'm just asking what was meant. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. We can't have y'all hanging out together. Okay, it's time. It's been the 3 minutes. I have to. I'm falling asleep and I can't fall asleep the way I did yesterday. No. Good night, all of you crazies. What's tomorrow? Or what's today? Okay. Then I'll be on Friday. Later today. Tomorrow. You know what I mean? I know, but it's gonna be Friday night. So I'll be here on Friday night. Okay? Yes. Adios, cowboy. Alright, have a good night, everyone. Yes, toodaloo.